Joining me now is the Executive Director of Crime Stoppers of Flint and Genesee County, Julie Lopez. Julie, thanks so much for joining me in the studio right now.
Thanks for having me.
So this is a time of giving, and Crime Stoppers launched these PSAs asking people to give back to the organization. Why did you all decide to do this?
So we were talking about the year-end funding, right? So we're trying to make it so that our nonprofit organization can keep doing what we do, which is public safety, helping the community, helping law enforcement solve and prevent crime. And so we thought we would do some some testimonials, basically. And so we've got 3 different types of entities who are helping us with this. We've got family members who we have helped, family members of victims who have come forward and said that they would give a testimonial. We've got law enforcement partners who have come on and said how important Crime Stoppers is to their entity to help solve crime. And then we've had some business owners and business people in the community who are basically saying that they support Crime Stoppers and why other businesses should help support Crime Stoppers. And it's really all about public safety, and which is more healthy, happier, safer community is what Crime Stoppers does. We work with everybody to try and solve and prevent crime.
And those family testimonials that we've seen posted by Crime Stoppers, they're very touching. I mean, you can see how this organization makes such a difference for these families. And we've heard it time and time again that some people wouldn't know where they would be without Crime Stoppers. Are those the stories that you hear time and time again?
Yeah, you know, even if even if the case remains unsolved, having the family being able to share it on social media and having Crime Stoppers as a partner to have that support, and then we connect them with other agencies in the area that for resources that they need. So we do more than just highlight unsolved crimes. We really bring organizations together to try and help the families of the victims.
We see the posts made by Crime Stoppers asking for people to submit anonymous tips. Through the years, how have those tips helped solve crime?
So since we had the revitalization of the program in 2014, we have awarded over $165,000 to tipsters. So I say awarded because not all of that money has been collected, but that is what has been awarded to those tipsters. And as an example, one of our tips, because we always say prevent and solve crime, right? So one of the tips that came in, this was a couple of years ago, it just stands out in my mind, is the tip said that there were this party going on in this area, and law enforcement went to check it out, and they had made arrests of 7 people with multiple warrants between them. Guns and weapons were collected. And at one of our board meetings, we have retired law enforcement agents who are on our board, which is all a volunteer group, and they made the statement that that tip most likely prevented a homicide from happening that night. So that's one way that we say that we prevent crime from happening, is because if we can get ahead of it and let law enforcement know what's going on through the community telling us what's going on, then we can help just a safer neighborhood.
How crucial is that partnership with law enforcement? Do you all help them do their job more efficiently?
Well, the way we look at it is we're just a piece of the puzzle. So if somebody can get us the information, if they need to remain anonymous, that's why we're here, then we get it to law enforcement anonymously and quickly, and then that can help law enforcement save their man hours. So that is the amount of time that they're spending. They've got teams of people out solving these cases, and if we can save them, send them in the right direction, and cut down their investigation time, think of how much money and stress that would save on them.
When it comes to being a nonprofit organization, how heavily do you rely on those grant dollars and just donations in general from people?
Right, so we receive grants, and we have wonderful corporate sponsors that we love to thank. We thank them on our website and our social media, and when we go to community events, and then any donations that come in on our website through the QR code, through the donate button, checks written to us, everything really means a lot to us. It's not It doesn't matter the dollar amount. Everything helps because we're always saying we have the money to, this crime is worth, helping solve is going to could be worth up to $2,500 or $1,000. Makes it sound like we have all this money, but what we really need, we need that funding to come in so that we can keep doing the good work we're doing with the collaboration of all the partners that we have in the community.
And we do have a special guest with us today. We have McGruff. McGruff, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, he's our partner in crime fighting, McGruff the crime dog.
What does McGruff do when you guys head out to events and talk to people?
He's very much engaging with especially the kids and people. People mistake him for other famous dogs, but we love our McGruff.
Julie, as we wrap things up here, a final call to people to just, donate, because you never know when someone in your family or in your life could be touched by crime.
That is very true. That is something that we hear from all the families, that we didn't think that would happen to our family. And this is another thing, is the family members all say, well, what is this going to cost us to have our family put on Crime Stoppers? And we always tell them it's nothing, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of all of this. So I don't think people really realize that we actually need the funding for all of the work we do.
Yeah. Well, Julie McGruff, thank you so much for joining me in the studio. And if you would like to donate to Crime Stoppers for them to continue to fight crime in our community, we'll have that linked on the CW46.com.